arms to Etaine, demanding the return of her still crying child.
"Do you hear them? Would they have the courage to come out into the open thus if Caesar were alive?" said Pinarius. "Now all those who opposed his regime but dared not speak out for fear of reprisals will voice their discontent. And if it is true that those who killed him were his closest aides, there will be nobody left to defend the family. Nobody. We will be the first targets of the cowards Caesar kept in check with his authority. We must flee."
"My mother,"
murmured Octavia, unable to react as she was.
"Quintus Pedius has gone to Attia. He was present among the senators at the murder. He sent a slave to warn me, and I decided to come to you myself. I knew you would not have believed a slave. Apart from his wife, we are Caesar's closest relatives, and therefore we are the most vulnerable, at least until the political situation is clear. We are the ones most at risk. Fortunately, your brother is in Illyria, so they cannot get to him."
Octavia wanted to get up from the chair into which she had sunk and run to organize the slaves, set them to preparing a carriage, and get at least as far as the family villa in Velletri to guarantee a minimum of safety. But imaginary chains held her down, relegating her to the impotence that had characterized her whole life. As always, the solution to which her nature obliged her was that of waiting for others to take charge.
"My husband will not let anything happen to us,"
was all she said to her cousin.
"Are you sure?" replied Pinarius. "Marcus Claudius Marcellus was certainly in the Senate today, and he has never been a supporter of Caesar. Caesar pardoned him during the civil wars, and perhaps, even if he was not one of the actual perpetrators of the murder, he is among those who are no longer hiding their dissatisfaction. The fact that he has not yet returned home proves it. Should he not worry about his family before all else?"
"Are you suggesting that he would hand us over to the angry mob?"
"Of course not. But even if he is not involved, he may not be able to object if they take against us. In this moment, we can be sure of nothing. Caesar was everything to Rome, and each Roman, even the most eminent, could but live in his shadow. Now the road to power is open to all."
"What do you think will happen?"
"That no one can predict. We must first see who really took part in the conspiracy and how much support the conspirators have among the people and the Senate. There are rumors that they claim to have done it in order to restore the legal republic, but I doubt that the republic will resume its normal course after years and years of veiled monarchy, and the magistratures have already been allocated for the next 5 years. There are too many ambitious men around, too many people who believe they can emulate Caesar, and too many that delude themselves that everything will be as before his advent. I believe it all depends principally upon how Mark Antony behaves," answered Pinarius after a moment's hesitation. "Despite his fall from grace with the dictator in recent times, at the end of the day, he is the most authoritative consul and personage of the institutions. And we must also see how Cicero affects events. Like your husband, he will certainly be rejoicing even though he was not involved in the conspiracy, and will certainly fight to restore the Republic. And finally, there are some loyal to Caesar who did not betray their leader. I could not say how many nor even who they are, but I think that among them there are the Magister Equitum Lepidus, designated consuls Hirtius and Pansa, his friend Asinius Pollio, and his wealthier supporters, such as Cornelius Balbus. What will they do? You're scared, eh? Well, so am I. I doubt that Rome will find peace for a long time."
"But why? Why?"
sighed Octavia.
"Caesar had proven himself to be lenient, and he would be away fighting the war against Parthia and Getae for years. So why did they do it?"
Why? According to the rumors, they killed him because he wanted